teams from getting any offensive pressure. The Bulldogs move that one back in. Aziza Alford trying to hold that one up. Brown has all their defenders on the ground. Ball rolls. We're going to have an offsides penalty, however. Kate Maroney, the offending Bear.
You see the aggressiveness from the Bears there, trying to charge up and get right in the face, like you said, disrupt any offensive momentum that Adrian can get, and so far so good, still pinned inside their own 22.
Maroney makes a tackle. The referee says it's fine from Madison McDonald from Adrian, Michigan proper. Ball comes out the back. Referee says that's fine as well. So Maroney puts a little pressure on. Outside the 22 are the Adrian College Bulldogs. Little wrapper there. Ball back. Pressure coming in. That is one of the things Nikki Lynch does so well. Didn't even really need to think about who that was. She's going to draw the penalty, and Nikki Lynch. Nikki Lynch gets it going quickly. Maroney has a hold of the ball. Maroney puts a little bit of bouncer in there, but Julia Murray's going to be able to get it. Julia Murray moves it out into the hands of a waiting receiver there. That is Tatum Miller. We talked about her earlier, the sophomore. Gets another.
2 tries on the day, doing the hard work inside as well, but once we get here to the outside, the little pop pass, Winger was in the tackle, nobody home, and a second try for her, 3rd of the day for Brown, getting it done on both ends. Also want to shout Aziza Ian Alford, number 1 for Brown. She making some great tackles, been involved in multiple different defensive efforts. And right now, it is all Brown here in the first half.
Kick is good. We're going to go to halftime. We'll be right back with second half action in a moment.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening.
Collegiate Rugby Championship 2025, Adrian versus Brown. Brown leads in going into the second half. Even with the weather, the fans rolling in here to the Maryland Soccerplex. Great seats available for a reasonable price with a couple of beverages. Brown going to get us started under here. Rosalind Chow, her team is up 19-0 over Gracie Martinez, Adrian College Bulldogs, and they hang another one a bit long. Don't find grass this time. Nikki Lynch makes the hit. Little kick through there coming from Jeannie Dickens. Jeannie Dickens, a first-year player, just with a tremendous boot and a rugby brain. But that one knocked back and forth a couple of times. So we're going to come back for the scrum.
Yeah, the Bears had the chase on there. They were relentless in trying to take that ball away, but just could not get that one to hand it up, knocking it forward. So it looks like we will have a scrum actually here to Brown. They're going to continue to apply pressure, but a good first half for them. 2 tries for Tatum Miller. Just continue this great effort. See if they can keep things moving and here in the second half.
Brown, stable scrum here, coming around, looking to go back in, but a little dummy. Ball's up over the top there. Lily Nowak gets hit. The referee has blown the whistle for a knock-on, so we're going to go back for a scrum here to Adrian. Nice little move, just doesn't go to hand.
Yeah, it looked like Nowak, the sophomore, was going to be able to take that one the distance around the corner. Great job on the fake dummy with the scissor early on. The fly half strewed it all the way out to the outside, but just a little bit too high on that pop pass. Couldn't take it in. And now looking for the exit strategy. Adrian, they need some ball in hand here and try to make their way back down the pitch.
Big drive coming from the Bears. Bears steal that one away. Rarity a tight head here. The boards in Jeannie Dickens' hands. Was the one. Goes up there to Tatum Muller. Tatum Muller gets the ball back to Lily Nowak. Little handoff there. Big pickoff. Will this change things? It bounces back into Brown hands. They're a little crowded here around Dickens. Nikki Lynch is going to take it herself, just try to gain some ground, and they have it there. Looking in both directions are the Brown Bears. Ball up into the hands, going into the try zone without a problem is Beacon High School's Aziza Alford from New York, New York. Great try, Alford.
And good work keeping it in tight, like you said. They kind of brought things in, able to take a couple of pick and drives one way or the other. And there's the effort, getting them in close. Support is there, arrives on time. And that first receiver takes it in, swims through the defense, and Alford, a beautiful try and extends the lead for Brown.
That is good. So Brown continues to extend their lead, looking strong. So we said the winner of this plays the winner of the next game, Westchester versus Navy, as we move into the quarterfinal round later today. Great work from Brown. And Tim, we're talking about that fast start, getting the points on the board. This gives Roz Chow at 19, a chance to put some key players, give them a little bit of rest, and get everybody else into the flow of the game. So we'll see how she uses her bench going forward, as well as the Bulldogs.
So important to get those first few sprints in there, feel a little bit of contact, get your way into this tournament. Will come pay huge dividends for them later on as they continue to progress.
Defensive pressure again from the Bears. Good tackle from Nowak. Player trying to get the offload away is Williamson, but not materializing. Stuck inside their 22, as they have been quite a bit, are the Adrian College Bulldogs. Ball just spills. Nikki Lynch is going to do the hitting. Ball in and over. Penalty not rolling away quick enough against the Bears this time. Another penalty for Brown. They're up 19-0 with 3.5 minutes to go. A little high tackle there. Player was ducking, so nothing too intentional. But working their way upfield through penalties, however they have to, is the Adrian College Bulldog team. Ball in the hands of Brown from Live Oak, Florida. And she gets penalized for not releasing. After a string against them, Brown gets one. In their favor, they're going to take the scrum, try to just condense things a little bit, give some players room to run.
It's where they've shown their just powerful prowess here in these scrums. Even against the head, they've been shoving forward. We saw the previous try scorer, Aziza Ayan Alford, dot that one down. She comes back on the defensive end and makes a couple of big-time tackles and now has her team back in possession, looking for this shove to get it back again.
Ball across here for the Bears. In the hand, Dickens. Dickens is in that first receiver spot, covering for Murray. Both very talented players. Little step back in there from Lily Nowak. Lily Nowak hands that one off. They get it to Tarn Riley. Tarn Riley has to chase back on it. Now to Nikki Lynch's hands. Nikki Lynch just stretches the legs a little bit, and Nikki Lynch, a hard-working player for this Brown Bears team, touches down 5 points. Brown extend their lead to 24.
You mentioned it in the build-up there, John. Such a great job with the pop passes. Even when contact is made, the tackle is on, they're able to keep that ball free, two hands on it, and offload that pass. As you see here, that one a little bit high, but even in contact, right there, gets in a position where you can support and take that pop pass and take it the distance. Another try for the Bears as they continue to excel here at the CRCs, looking for 3 in a row.
Absolutely. You see Nikki Lynch. She's had a few runs. Might want to get a couple minutes break. We'll see what kind of mood Rosalind Chow is in for that. There's a commanding lead here for the Bears.
Again, just want to shout out Roslyn Chow. 4 career CRC titles so far, 2 with Life, 2 with Brown. Will break the record if she can get number 5 this weekend.
Ball bounces out, so it's going to be a line out here for the Adrian Bulldogs.
If you're Adrian, just trying to get a little bit of offensive momentum, get bumped down to the second tier tournament, still looking to bring home a trophy this weekend, though. They've got to get some things moving. Too many mistakes, too many critical errors so far here in the second half.
You saw that ball stolen away by Nikki Lynch. She's just everywhere where she needs to be, but that one gets knocked on. Referee looks at his watch, lets everybody know there's not too much time left, 30 seconds in the game clock. Brown will be moving ahead. We'll play the winner of Westchester versus Navy. The next game coming up here at National Collegiate Rugby CRC Weekend. Rugby action all weekend. Stay tuned all day. We're going to continue with the first round of the women's bracket, and then we'll switch to semifinals. Men's Division 3, 2, and 1. Followed up with a second round of women's games, a men's premier semifinals, and then we get into the men's medal rounds. Tomorrow, all the women's medal rounds, semifinals and finals. Going to be an exciting day, an exciting weekend. Happy to be here. Around the corner, go Brown. Can't look away for a second. Tatum Muller, the sophomore, heads towards opposing Tatum Muller. Another 5. That's a hat
Muller
trick.
with the hat trick. Great performance for her, and it all started yet again with a huge shove from that bear scrum. They've been terrific all day, not just on the scrums, but the set pieces as well. We saw them turn it over from the line out just a second ago as well. And then the speed and pace of Muller has been terrific. Dots that one down, just a sophomore, but she has been fantastic here in game 1 for Brown.
That kick is good. That game is over. We're going to step aside. We're going to back with Navy versus Westchester. Brown moves forward. Stay with us.
My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's a reach. Be ready.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty.
To the National Collegiate Rugby Championship 2025 Sevens Showpiece Women's Premiere. We just saw Brown win their first match. This is Navy versus Westchester. Westchester there in purple. Whoever wins this game will face Brown in the quarterfinals. Very exciting rugby coming up for you in 2 days. Cascading tournament. Must win all your games. John Broker with Tim Wilkes for this one. Bring Tim in just a second as we get this underway here in Boys, Maryland. A little rain going to clear up hopefully later on as we get towards the men's medal round tomorrow as well. Nice day. It is the Naval Academy, coached by Murph McCarthy. Wingard, Kendall Wingard. Navy has some width, moving the ball quick, but have a little run across. Just going to come back in the other direction. Double wrap around there. Well done. Hannah Brink. Hannah Brink makes a break. Hannah Brink as a Westchester Golden Rams player. Paying attention to her ball. It rolls back. They're just going to have to kind of pick and go this one. Not typical, but Wingard's going to be happy to do so.
Offside. Advantage.
Ball dropped, but we have an offsides penalty
Offside.
against Westchester
21.
University. So we'll come back.
Offside
Penalty
21.
there against Alyssa Miller.
Yeah, a couple players just a step over the line there. Easy call for our ref.
You're not back 10.
Westchester penalized for not
Thank
being
you.
back 10.
Not
Okay.
back 10, so they're going to
Time
get to
off,
go
time off.
again. Referee calling time off.
5. You have to be back 10.
And a Westchester player is shown a yellow card. For a couple
Hold on a
minutes.
second.
Westchester player asked to leave the field for a
goes,
couple
back
minutes.
10.
Gets a yellow card for that.
Time on. Time on.
2 quick penalties in succession there. Sends them off. A little bit cynical there, not getting back 10.
With the ball in hand here are the Naval Academy. Little slow around the back there. Wingard moves it down this right-hand side. Then open runner out wide, but a little hold of the ball there from Mia Young.
Okay,
And
knock
it
on
slips
there.
forward. Will come to a scrum here for the Golden Rams.
Good job on
It's
the
a scrum.
defensive end.
Purple.
They're able to jar this one loose and get the scrum here inside their own half. Let some of those seconds tick off because they're playing with the 1-player disadvantage here for another minute or 2.
Guys, first scrum. Let me know if anything feels weird. Come together. Crouch.
Something you only
Bind.
hear in rugby. First scrum. Let me know if anything feels weird.
Set.
Scrum set to come together here for the Westchester Golden Rams. Tony Reamer, their head coach, long time, running across the field, looking to get some open space around the outside. Handoff works. Here comes a big run. Can they go the distance? Good work there by Crago. Brooke Crago eventually gets hauled down by Wingard.
All right, Andy.
Able to get back up and keep running. O'Hara joins the defensive party. As that ball gets bobbled, did it go forward?
Advantage
The
for the knock.
referee looks to the assistant
Okay,
referee,
no
and they do have an
advantage
advantage for the knock. Not going to give advantage to Navy right there. We'll come back for the
Guys, I got
scrum.
this crazy noise in my ear.
And referee's time is off.
And we see the first little bit of a burst there from the Golden Rams, able to make their way on the opposite side of the pitch. But so far, Navy, very
Sorry, I got this
experienced
bad
squad,
noise.
well-coached squad that's been able to move the ball around the pitch, know where they need to be. But so far, Westchester holding their own, still with 1-player disadvantage for about another minute. Attacking opportunity now.
Golden Rams do have an attacking opportunity. No score here, 3 minutes in.
Bind.
As we've been saying, this is an all-win tournament. Cascading, you must win every game to win. So win by a lot, scrap it out, doesn't matter. They're going to run a little setup there. Kind of obvious who's going to go to Crago from Moon Township, Pennsylvania. Her opposite number there, Megan Leitz, battling with her. Did that get knocked forward by Navy? Referee says it's fine, tells them to play on. Emmett Davies. Kennett Square, Pennsylvania goes to ground. Penalty on a high tackle against Navy. Cameron Snow moves the ball to Crago. Back to Snow. Ball bounces. Did it go forward? Indeed it did. Lily Road picks it up, but too late. Had already been knocked forward, so it'll be a scrum here for Navy.
Yeah, just a couple of mistakes there. Looks like this was going to be their opportunity, but still playing with one less player. Not easy to find that space here on the offensive end. But now a turnover ball. We'll see if Navy can strike back here with a couple, or about midway through this first half.
Set.
Earlier, a yellow card is back on for Westchester. Good to go. Pressure on from the Golden Rams. Space for Leitz. Leitz gets it wide. Around the corner they go. Nobody can grab Catherine O'Hara from Portsmouth, Rhode Island, but a second effort does just that.
No release. Here.
Not releasing the tackle.
Not releasing, so Navy continues to have the run of the penalties here. That one thrown back behind the team here, so Ashley Spencer from Blythewood, South Carolina, is going to have to take this one. Just set it up. They're going to come around this left-hand side, looking for some space. Callahan moves the ball out there to Wingard. Lots of possession for Navy, not the points they want so far. And another penalty. Good work here by Westchester, the Golden Rams, to force these penalties. Not taking it from the mark. Referee's going to bring it back. So this is a back-and-forth game, but no tries so far.
Yeah, a lot of tenacity here coming from Westchester. The Golden Rams continue to charge. Now back on the offensive end. Can they burst through here in the first half?
That's a tackle.
To me, like Spencer didn't release, but it's going to go back to Westchester one way or another. Ball tight there, dropped on the ground. Navy diving on an advantage to Navy. They have the ball, a couple of phases here they can go. As the ball comes up to Ashley Spencer. Spencer takes Route 1. Naval Architecture Marine Engineering major. Looking a little wide now. They were going wide earlier, but have kept it a little tight. Will this space open up? Can they go with the cutback in? Going to have to set it way to the outside. Going to have to worry about keeping it in the field of play at the moment. And that one slips. A knock-on advantage to the Golden Rams. And just little errors creeping in here, Tim.
Yeah, a lot of errors there for Navy. Some good tackling, though, on the other side for Westchester. Cameron Snow making the tackle, slamming that door shut on the outside. But neither team can really keep that continuity and play mistake-free rugby so far in the first half. We see the rain still coming down a little bit of a slick ball out there off the pitch, but need to find that continuity. Who can break through and get our first 5 up on the board?
So 3 balls close to me, okay?
Crouch. Bind. Set. Too much weight, purple, too much weight.
Early push.
Early push there from Westchester. The penalty goes to the Naval Academy. The midshipmen across the field. Big run coming sideways here from Mia Young. Looking for the switch back in, but it doesn't happen. That one probably goes forward. So another knock-on advantage here for Westchester. 30 seconds to go in this half. No score yet. Somebody needs to stamp their authority on this game as the ball gets taken in there by Crago. Crago from Moon Area High School. No advantage will come back to the scrum late in the first half.
John, I've been really impressed so far by the tackling ability from the Golden Rams. They're getting their nose in there, making some hard hits. Brooke Crago was able to make a big-time collision on that last couple of phases. As you see the stands getting ready for their next matches, some of the players up there. But a great performance here between these two, and stalemate into the break we go, John.
We're going to go to halftime. We'll be right back with second half action after this, 0-0.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready, up.
Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport.
Rugby!
Welcome to the College Rugby Show. This is going to be home for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby.
They could be pushing into that 2, possibly number 1 spot.
This for me is one player to watch out for.
We will be back on your airways very soon.
Welcome back to the Collegiate Rugby Championship National Collegiate Rugby Showpiece Sevens tournament here in Boyd's, Maryland. A little rainy today. It's going to clean up. John Broker with Tim Wilkes. We have a stalemate 0-0 between the Westchester University Golden Rams and the United States Naval Academy, the Middies. It's going to be Navy to kick this one off. They are wearing the all-blue Westchester, the Golden Rams, you'd expect, in some gold and purple.
Backwards.
Long kick from Navy into the hands of the Golden Rams. Is one person just going to get it done for one of these teams? Ball bounces back there into the hands of the Naval Academy. Wingard. Wingard. These are powerful players.
Wasn't a release there.
Not releasing from Westchester, so a penalty here for the Naval Academy. Quick they go. Leitz from Cathlemet, Washington. Puts a pass back. Good pressure defense coming in here from the Golden Rams. Ty Hickey gets on that one. Able to recover. Ball is in the hands of Ashley Spencer. Ashley Spencer moves it out to Wingard. Wingard pushes off one player. They're edging their way closer. Just have not been able to finish this off. The Naval Academy runners across the field. Big space right there. Nobody running into it. Taking just a little flat-footed and leaving it behind. Probably not quite hitting their stride and their angles as much as they would like, but a good break comes in right there.
No, it was fine.
Here come
let go.
the Naval Academy. Players again taking the ball a little flat here, trying to go around and find that space, and the Golden Rams certainly up to the challenge here, coming back across from Mia Young. One player making a break here will get some points on the board. Golden Rams trying to drive that one off. Referee says counter ruck is good. Player hit the ground, but he said it's fine. So Golden Rams now, their opportunity. Inside their own 40, they knocked that one on. Referee's going to stop and give it a penalty. There was a player in front who inadvertently grabbed it, so that is a penalty.
But you got to give it to the Golden Rams. That was a terrific defensive stand over a minute and a half, almost near their almost inside their 22. Just time and time again, they were able to keep them at bay. Navy was not able to break the gain line very often. Great defensive effort so far from the Golden Rams.
Ball taken in there from Ella Callahan, but penalized. Golden Rams. Player off their feet and sealing is what the referee has to say.
This is a Golden Rams squad that's already weathered a yellow card earlier in the match. They're full strength now. Let's see if they've got some. Just need one break to blow this match open.
Driving forward, two defenders trying to take this Golden Ram down, but not having much luck. Ball comes back. In the hands of Crago. Wide, they have an extra runner out there if they can get it. A little inside and outside move. Get the ball into Cameron Snow's hands. She tries to shake away Ashley Spencer. Eventually gets tackled. Going quick again is the Westchester Golden Rams. Emmett Davies gets the ball out there to Brooke Crago. Crago ignores the runner, coming on a hard line in, sends it out to Alyssa Miller. Knock-on advantage here to the Naval Academy, but it's over now. They're going to have to make a run for it. One big break. We're at 10 minutes here, so we have 4 minutes to go. Scoreless game. Got to scrap this out to go ahead. Figure out a way to get a ball into the try zone. Penalty kicks, drop kicks work as well, but a little nearly slipped by there by Megan Leitz. Can't quite make it happen, but they retain the ball. Have the Naval Academy. Where are their runners? They're back in the other direction. Ball across into the hands of Wingard. Wingard gets it to the wing, but flat-footed again. O'Hara. Penalty against. Going to be the Naval Academy. They're going to go quick. This is the break. Mia Young is going to make the break. Heads the play around that penalty. Gets the ball going. It gets through the defense. And Mia Young from Falls Church, Virginia, went to Bishop O'Connell High School. Has touchdown 5 points, and the lead is in Navy's hands with about 3 minutes to go.
What a terrific, smart play there. Took that quick tap and right at the defense. Full sprint. You see the acceleration there. Nobody made it back 10. Great job taking that at the mark. That's the most important thing. Referee was right there with her. She took it at the mark, had the speed to get through the defense. Nobody could catch her, and you called it, John. That was the break we were looking for. Terrific defense from Westchester the last few minutes, but one little mistake, and Navy take it the distance and put the first 5 on the board.
Good work there from the Naval Academy. Happy players on the sideline. Looks like Mr. Threaten Palamo hanging out with the team there. Certainly knows his way around some sevens, having played for the U.S. Murph McCarthy, red beard to your right. Abby Gustitis, Olympic captain there as well. That's a good brain trust for sevens.
Not too shabby to have that to rely on the sideline.
"13 was in the way."
"5-0. Ball in Westchester's hands. They can tie this up. They have 2 minutes. Navy going to have to play some smart defense here. A one-off runner comes in from Westchester.
Tackle now.
If they tie this up, it's a golden point overtime. Ball is out. Navy putting some pressure on. Well taken by Westchester. Slipped in behind there for intended receiver. Big hit comes in from the Naval Academy. Ooh, a little bit of a high tackle there. A player is working their way backwards. So ball is in the hands of Cameron Snow. Cameron Snow offloads that one. Crago winds up with it. Crago gets the ball away. Player, are they isolated? Player looking a little isolated, but did maybe come in from the side. Referee says no, so it's going to be Laura Olmstead from Greenwich High School getting awarded a penalty, but referee wants him to come back. Just over a minute to go. Navy is going to want to play in the other end of the field, Tim. They've chosen a scrum.
Looked like those pop passes might come to fruition there for Westchester, but they could not take it the distance. Able to have that one rip back apart. With just a minute left on the clock for Navy. Try to milk that time off as much as you can. You'll have the scrum here.
Let's go.
The defense for Westchester has been good, but they can't find anything on the offensive end, John. Too many mistakes, too many bobbles backwards. Just have not been able to get the gears turning. And Navy just 30 seconds away now from punching their ticket into the next round.
Okay, not
And
quite.
that does not help Westchester. Not sure if they want to go quick, but the players weren't back 10. So nice little pass there. Not picked up. Wise not to create the knock on. Navy has the ball coming back here. They have a hold of it, 20 seconds on the game clock. Another penalty coming, player.
There's a lot of this high tackle stuff, right? It's not dangerous, but it's high. It's above the sternum. So back 10, penalty, high tackle, yes.
Sorry, where are we saying it's high? Right here?
Sternum and above.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I would have been asking about time, Redland Sternamite, but we're going to go with the Naval Academy up by 5 points. If they can just wear out this clock and get this ball out, we're over 14 minutes here. Referee has the time. Any mistake could change things here. Navy, coaches maybe screaming for them to ask a bit of time, but a big break. This may not make a difference as Olmstead is getting away. Olmstead has Kaizel chasing, and Olmstead is going to put the finisher on this. And it does. Laura Olmstead from Greenwich High School, a history major from Greenwich, Connecticut, touches down for 5 points. It looks like Navy will be moving through, and they will have pleasure of playing Brown.
Yeah, the second time we've seen that quick tap really open things up for them. And she sees some great strength there as Olmstead, just a freshman, throws some players to the side and takes it the distance. Great speed, being chased 50 meters, but not enough as Navy are able to take this one in hand.
That's going to be the end of that one. Navy moving forward and move on to Southern Nazarene versus Queens. And we're play-by-play to Ben Holden when we come back. And I'm going to stay on. Thank you, Tim. Stay with us.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey. Let's see how you do under
College Rugby Show. This is going to be home for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby.
They could be pushing into that 2, possibly #1 spot.
This for me is one player to watch out for.
We will be back on your airways very soon.
Our world is growing, and so is rugby. There are more players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play it, and we buy millions of them every year. Unfortunately, too many end up in the wrong place, but some balls are made better. Rhino's recycled range is made with up to 80% recycled rubber. We are still not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction.
All right, welcome back. We roll on alongside John Broker. And John, there's the star of this match, at least on the Southern Nazarene side of things.
Talesi Uatafe, I've called this player since she was a freshman many times. How she goes, the team goes. She's an inspiration and a fantastic rugby player. Keep an eye on Talesi Uatafe.
We will do just that here in the Women's Premier Division. Navy getting the victory in that last match that John was just on the call of. And there's the indication there from our man in the middle. We'll go to the scrum here early on for the first time here in the match.
We certainly will. Good attacking opportunity here for Southern Nazarene. Queens in the blue, obviously. Queens University of Charlotte. They may get the ball to Uatafe quickly. She is their strike weapon.
Back.
And coming in and taking that ball away. Queens comes up with it in there. Yep, and came off their feet there. That's going to be Queens' possession here.
We'll see what Queens decides to do with this. They're not in any hurry to take a quick tap. They might have some players get set up in a set-piece penalty move here, and indeed they do.
Here we go now. Queens on the move. Good speed along that edge, but the tackle made into touch, and Daniel goes out and into touch. Ball turned over.
Yeah, Darielle from Groix, France, just ran a room on that side. Tough for her to just get taken in. But you see what Talia there on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. She is there for the Southern Nazarene team.
They hail from Bethany, Oklahoma. The Thundercats, they're known as. As John mentioned, Queens out of Charlotte. Great programs on the men's and the women's sides. In 15s and 7s out of Charlotte. The Royals not releasing in time. Here comes Queens now on the attack. Into the 22. Still going. Ball played on. Good ball. Good footwork there. And this one is down. First points in the match. Calhoun puts it down.
Cecilia Calhoun from Chapel Hill, North Carolina gets that try. Has the speed on the outside. 6-foot long run. See Uatafe just getting 2 minds there. Has to figure out who's going to take, and no problem there. Calhoun just stretches it, gets towards the post, makes the kick a little easier.
It was real off, isn't it? We'll try to manage that.
Good execution there by Queens on that attack, and see what they do here with that aforementioned conversion. And that one is pushed wide, so it stays a 5-0 count here in favor of Queens.
Another look this. You see Calhoun just stepped outside. Was Gilliland. Calhoun able to just slide back in and get through that space. Good start here for Queens.
And we're underway again.
Tackler.
Right there for Lily Separ from Queens. That's 2 for them. Lily Separ touches that one down for Queens University, 2 in a row, just at 3 minutes.
Yeah, nicely done. Great job. They get that steal in that kick and put it in, and a double-figure lead here. Look back here, Johnny.
It is a double-figure lead with kick to come, a little tough. Queens just backed up that earlier try.
Just come
got
up,
that Southern
out of the way.
Nazarene defense. Again, of 2 minds there and put in that try. Southern Nazarenes can certainly come back, Ben. We talked about it all morning. This is that cascading tournament. Got to win every single game. So Southern Nazarene has to figure out a way to come back and scrap it up. Just take this however they can. They're only down 10-0, just a couple of tries. No conversions. There's certainly an opportunity here.
Yep, 4 brackets on the women's side. You're in the Premier, of course, and a back angle look there at the carry there and the touchdown there, the dot from Lily Separ there for that second Queens try here in the match. Not 10 on the kick.
Yeah, they call that the coach killer, Ben. Score a great try and then turn possession right back over. My friend Pudge Ryan, a big proponent of that term. He's coached with the USA women, and it just drives him crazy.
Look out here. Good carry, good pick up there. Thundercats trying to make something happen here with about 2.5 to play in the half. Haven't had a lot of territory in this portion of the pitch. Tough sled in there. Good work. Calhoun's got a hold of that leg, gets her to ground. From the 22, trying to split through there. Heavy, hard charging run there.
You guys are all off. Back up, Blue.
Am I on?
No. I'm telling
Sounds
you,
of the game, courtesy of our referee.
Extra step.
He certainly warned them, and they didn't move back, so
he did.
Good church there for Uatafe.
More than once. Yeah, there she is, trying to get to the line, stretching, but no, she did not get that down, John. That came out of her hands.
Tough work for Uatafe there. She was sure she had it at the line. Queens have been doing a good job of kind of taking her out of the game, making her play a little bit more of a support role as opposed to the key players so far. She finally gets a break here, and they're aware of who she is. They've got two players right there, one high and low in the tackle, and they're certainly looking to get that ball away from Uatafe.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
She's got the bullseye on every time she plays, right?
Absolutely.
Crouch. 5. Set. 7. Up in.
There's the verdict. So Southern Nazarene here. Short, very short to work with here from 5. Trying to get a seam there, get through a meter shot. Ball, though, knocked away, and then diving and reaching. But it's going to be called and brought back here.
We have a penalty try, a clear 7 points there for Southern Nazarene, and player just dove on the ground from Queens and played it. So automatic 7 points there to Southern Nazarene. That player, number 6, Lily Separ, goes off the field, and it's going to be a little tough road here for Queens at the end half.
Yeah, we get another look at it here. Yep.
Yeah, Separ is in there. You see on the back of the ball. She's on the wrong side of the ball trying to dig it out of there. Right in front of the referee. And that's going to end the half.
It will. It will end the half. So the 7-pointer there for Southern Nazarene. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout, come back with a second half here between Queens and Southern Nazarene right after this.
Our world is growing, and so is rugby. There are more players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play it, and we buy millions of them every year. Unfortunately, too many end up in the wrong place. But some balls are made better. Rhino's recycled range is made with up to 80% recycled rubber. We are still not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. You only need a ball, make it a good one. For rugby, for you, for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
The Rhino recycled range. A ball for the planet.
And we're back here, begin the second half. Ben Holden and John Broker in this one, and Queens College, Queens University, and Southern Nazarene here in the women's premier division. John, what are your thoughts after that first half of play here?
Scrappy first half. It was all Queens for the first few minutes. Southern Nazarene battled their way down with all the players they needed to. It wound up with that penalty try-off mistake. But like you said, scrap it out. Take it any way you can in this tournament.
Yep, a 3-point lead for Queens. Southern Nazarene with possession there in those red and black kits. And we'll go here from halfway to the miscue on the opening kick here in the second half. Down on the deck, and it's knocked on. Yep, there's the verdict from our referee, who's been very vocal.
Okay. Very vocal. You see number 2 there, Lauren Anderson, was coming onto that ball. She's from Indianapolis, Indiana. She is 5 foot, but she is unbelievably powerful, pretty quick. I'm surprised they haven't tried to give her the ball going through some of those spaces. I've seen her score long-range tries at 15. Fun player to watch. We'll see if she can get the ball in this half.
Tough to tackle. It's that low center of gravity, right?
Absolutely.
Put in here from Clark. No, that's a lot of power, a lot of force coming at you. In that build, here comes Clark now with it. Clark, good pickup and a heavy tackle there. The finish there. Uatafe putting her to ground. Now Calhoun plays it over the top. They've got help out there if they want it. Ball carrier, as you see in the lower right, another look at that tackle there we were showing you there. The ball looks like it's turned over here.
Great path from Calhoun, but it wound up getting pushed in a touch. Good work by Southern Nazarene to force that towards the touchline. So you take a look at this big hit. That's Uatafe. Both sides of the ball, a pure talent.
They've got 2 blue. Okay, now there's a third. Yeah, guys, watch the AR.
Well done on the line out. Up to get it there was Stone. No release in time, though. On that tackle, here's Queens again, 15 meters out. Got help on the outside. Calhoun with the carry. She goes to ground. Ball down. It goes over. The knock-on called on Queens.
Mistake there. Uverberg was on the outside there. The Kenyan-born player, and it looked like Calhoun just held that one too long. Thought maybe she could slip through that space, but you got to use that outside player here. They had the room. They had a straight run to the line. Would have been a better option. So a little mistake there from Queens. But now Southern Nazarene has to battle 3 points down, 95 meters away from the other try zone.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
5. Set. That just got straight through the legs of the front row.
A couple of calls there today on that. Just pass straight back through the scrum. No hook by the hooker. Somebody has to swing their foot there, so it's going to go back Queens' way, and they're shorthanded.
Big opportunity as they are shorthanded, trying to find that corner. Staying in the field of play. Ball laid back.
On the half.
Get another short-range opportunity here on this restart. Back to Calhoun. Swing it into the middle. Bounding ball picked up out there and to the line, and this one is called offside. Or no, forward pass. My apologies.
Wow, what a mistake there from Queens. They had you saw the entire Southern Nazarene defense just really tight around that ball. So I thought they were going to play some goal line defense. That penalty should have been a killer right there. A couple of passes outside, they would have been fine. You see the players just working out really hard. There's no defenders out here for Southern Nazarene. You see Stone just try to go for a run, and the pass that came to her was forward, not her fault.
By not to the hooker, not each other.
So Southern Nazarene here down by 3.
Crouch.
Deep in their own territory again. Here we go with their scrum.
Set. Ball's out.
What a push. Queens sends them back inside of the 5. Ball's in there. And getting to it and touching it down there was Clark.
15-7. That brings them more than a converted try away with 2.5 minutes left in this one, or 3.5 minutes, excuse me. Great work here, pushing Southern Nazarene back. Ball just gets dislodged. Players are just racing forward. Pressure on that pass. Ball slips through Uatafe's feet, and they touch that one down. Great work there, Francesca Clark.
Appreciate it, brother.
And the kick is good.
Coming down the stretch here, 3 minutes to play. 2-possession match here in this Women's Premier Division matchup. Penn State and Frostburg to follow us. And we'll jump over to the men's side. Division III action coming up following that.
Ball's gone.
Queens cannot save that.
Remember here, this Southern Nazarene team needs more than one converted try. So they have a bit of work to do. So they need to get a move on here, I would say. Try to get this downfield, get somebody across the try zone, put themselves within a reasonable distance of winning this game.
Crouch.
Yeah, and you look at this match, the try coming via the penalty try, they really haven't had a whole lot of opportunity, but a lot of time for them to work with here. And 7's a couple of minutes is a lot of time. They're getting pushed back here. Now they get it free, trying to slip through there. Good run there. Ball offloaded. There's number 2 that you talked about, Johnny. Nice job breaking free the fend off there and trying to track down the ball carrier was Clark, and a heavy shot delivered there by Uatafe there. But here comes Queens, and they're off and running just like that. A house call coming from Queens here to extend the lead. It'll be a 20-7 count, with a kick coming with a minute and a half to go, and that one is touchdown. And a quick flip of this match as Schmidt takes it in, Johnny.
You thought Southern Nazarene might have an opportunity. Big hits coming in. Southern Nazarene running with that ball. You see Uatafe couldn't delay this hit. I thought she might have gotten penalized for that, but they went quick, did Queens. And Salome Schmidt, no problem. The Greer, South Carolina native, just pins her ears back, quick thinking to take the quick tap there. Long distance, touches down the try, and this should pretty much seal it for Queens.
One would think, but as you and I both know, you never know in sevens, but in all likelihood, probably the case.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a silver Chrysler Pacifica with California plates.
Final minute here and a 13-point lead for the squad from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Queens will be happy to get off the field here. They've stopped the Uatafe threat, the Anderson threat, Palusau.
Back from blue.
They've ripped that one away. Ball's gone back to Queens. Referee says that's fine to play, so Southern Nazarene had hold of it. Southern Nazarene regathers.
Play back for him, but yep, offside called, and here they come again. Big run there, running right over the defender. A chance here, but coming from behind is Schmidt. Schmidt makes the tackle. And Queens, they come in and take the ball away. Stammen comes in and takes it out of there.
You regathered when you're on the ground.
One last chance here for Southern Nazarene. Another good tackle there. Madeline Hughes putting the carrier to ground. A bit of space out here, and there's the dangerous one there with a carry, but it squirts out of there, goes flying up in the air. A big collision, and that's the match. And Queens wins it by 13, 20-7. Look back there at that final play in this match. Penn State and Frostburg will come up after a quick timeout here on day number 2 of the CRC Sevens National Championships from the Maryland Soccerplex.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
Welcome back to the Collegiate Rugby Championship National 2025 Sevens National Collegiate Rugby Showplace showpiece. It is Frostburg State, the Bobcats versus the Nittany Lions of Penn State in the last first round match of the game. Winner of this plays Queens in the quarterfinals. First one bounces into touch. It is going to be a line out here for Frostburg State in the black and red. Frostburg in the black and red there, as you can see. Sean Broger with Ben Holden. Ben will be in just a second. We are continuing to go.
I'm good
here.
to go, Johnny.
All good, all yours.
Appreciate that. Had a little housekeeping to do in the office here. So Penn State, you know their colors, those hoops uniforms, they've got possession here. John, what do we know about Penn State this year? You've probably seen them. I'm guessing you do so much college. What do you know about them? Important about them?
I saw them play Brown. They're a very strong team. They continue going from strength to strength as a program. A lot of teams are going full varsity now, so they're challenged by that. But they're still getting some great players. Wonderful program, great school, and keep an eye out for them. They want to show that they are still and remain one of the elites in this country.
East-West.
Yeah, they've been good for a long time, and got a call in here, and it goes against Frostburg. Penn State, quick tapping on the restart into the try zone. Held up. There you hear the word from our referee. So a stand for Frostburg there early on here.
Good work by Frostburg, but right on their zone. But it's going to be a scrum here for the Penn State team. See the ball I'm here. Just taking it quickly as Marin McSorley looking towards the line. Can't get through these defenders. So tough. Sometimes you just lay that ball out before the line, let your team keep going. But in sevens, you do get the attacking scrum. So good opportunity here for Penn State.
Very good from 5 out. In and out, well executed. Here they come, looking for help. They find it, played on with the right hand, but Frostburg at the line takes him and pushes him back. Another ball offloaded there. Again, Frostburg there with a couple right around the ball. This will be an easy dive in, and that one is down. And Penn State, they strike first. They get the try from Jada Rudkin.
Jada Rudkin, a great player on this Penn State team. She's a senior, has been important to them from Aurora, Colorado. She gets here just hovering around each and every breakdown there, looking for that space to dive the ball through. Finally appears to her in Rudkin right over the try line.
About 15 seconds here.
Good work. You see Rudkin right there, just finally get to it, dives right over. Nothing stuck there. Frostburg should have had someone a little closer.
And the kick was good, so Penn State on top 7-0 here in the early going of this women's Premier Division match. Be shifting over to the men's side here in a little bit here today. Men's and women's going today. Johnny, all day yesterday was the men. The men will finish up today. The women will finish up tomorrow as well. And 144 clubs. My question is this: 3,000 rugby players and staff. Where are they all staying in this part of Maryland, man? Any idea?
Yeah, they're playing all over the place. There's a great, the local community is really all about this tournament and this location. Yeah. So they're working out the hotels. It's a big boon for the economy down here. Great tournament.
Yeah, that's good. Not rolling away. The call there on Frostburg, Penn State in space, but a good job getting over to make that stop by Spadani there. Penn State now looking for a little bit of a sliver of space. Getting in, getting it back there. Played out by McManus. Mishandled, but it went backwards. McManus in there. She stripped of the ball. Yep.
Good work there by Frostburg. A little mistake. It's going to be a scrum for Frostburg. Players tying the shoes. A little bit of time off here. But Frostburg down 7, but certainly standing up defensively to this Nittany Lions team.
Bind.
And so 3 to play in the half.
Set. Nope.
See what Frostburg can do here, but not going to help their cause there.
You can hear the wind coming through the referee mic right there. So it's a bit windy here in Maryland today. It's in the 60s, and there's been a little bit of rain and cloudy, so the grass is a little wet. Ball's going to get a little wet. But again, this is a cascading tournament, Ben. Like, you got to do what you got to do to win this.
There's right. Really survive in advance. Yeah.
No excuses.
Survive in advance. That's right.
No push.
They play and they work all season for this opportunity here on the big stage, the national tournament here in women's sevens here in the Premier Division. Looking for help there was Rudkin. Penn State.
Yeah, ripped in the tackle. Play on.
They turn it over, though. Frostburg comes up with it. And use that size there on that carry there with Spadoni.
Hey, you guys are good. Hey, you got to roll faster.
Referee saying the player who made the tackle didn't roll away. The other players coming in were just fine. So it's a penalty on the first player there, not moving quickly enough. Good call by the referee. That would have been turned over, no problem, if that Nittany Lion could have just moved a little bit quicker there.
So Frostburg with the kick here, up in the air. They got a chance to get it, and they do. Big finish there. Looking For an opening, looking for a little bit of a sliver
fine.
there
Turnover's
was
good.
Mackenzie
Blue.
Link. Now to ground, Penn State.
Penn State player just trying to force that one, Ben, trying to force it to the outside. If you can just set up a ruck sometimes in sevens, it really creates an offsides line. You know, there's so much in sevens that going wide seems like the right thing, but if you can just set that ruck and get them to have to move back a little bit and attack from a good position, it can open up some space for you. And guilty of it right there with the Nittany Lions.
Crouch. Bind.
Final 30 seconds here of the half.
Again, let's reset quick. It's out the tunnel. Reset quick. Let's make sure we got a clear hook, please. Little center. Crouch! Bind!
Frostberg would love to get one here, get it level here at halftime.
Yeah, have it.
Finally
You
able
got
to
a
get
knock
to
on
it.
there because that's the half. Yep, just on the gather.
There's the word, John. We're in the end of the half. Penn State, the only try. They get it from Rudkin. They lead it 7-0.
Yes, please. I don't have a water.
We'll step aside with our halftime break. We'll be right back as we roll on here on day 2 of the CRC Sevens National Championship.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
After this, we're not back on until 2:15.
Halftime has ended. A 7-0 lead for Penn State. Ben Holden, John Broker here, rolling through the day. This is the biggest day of the tournament, John, this Saturday. A lot going on, men's and women's. What stands out for you from this match here through one half of play?
It's just a pure dogfight. These two teams are pretty closely matched, trying to push it a little too much to get the ball to the outside and score some glamorous tries rather than just working the ball and doing the blue-collar work to get the ball downfield and score.
Jada Rudkin, the only points in the match for Penn State. They've got possession. Rudkin plays it on there. Trying to get a break here. Good carry, though, from Brady. Rudkin. Little touch there. Good run here. Nice carry there from Danica Luzak. Penn State gaining halfway and gaining a lot more. Here they go up that far side. They're going to go all the way in for the score. Danny Deere, she'll get in, and she'll get into the scoring act once she puts it down.
You can just hear the coach's message in your head, Ben. You guys are playing just a little bit frantic. You're not playing fast. You're just trying to work a little too hard. So the ball there, Charles, the defender, gets the ball out wide. No problem there. Danny Deere down the sideline. Danny Deere, no problem, gets away from those defenders. They just had to set it up, play a little smarter. You can see that message just sunk right in.
About 15.
Sophomore getting into the try zone for Penn State, increasing their lead to 12, now make it 14. So 2 converted tries. They're in front early in the second half. Good turnout once again at the Maryland Soccerplex. John, go ahead.
Good work there from Penn State to get that extra try in. Now they have to get this kickoff right. And you're absolutely right. The crowd just showing up here at the Soccerplex. Everybody's starting to love this weekend. Fantastic crowd.
Here's the kick. Frostberg unable to gather it in over there. Mishandled there. That was Garcia, Camila Garcia over there at Penn State.
Blue, we got
Good platform for them to start from.
Scrum or line out? Line out, sure. There you are.
They take the line out. They work it from it. Down on the deck, though. They gather it. Ball, chance here on the outside. This one's got a shot to go the distance, and it's going to. And Penn State strikes with a couple quick ones here in this second half. That's Brady putting it down.
Again, same move to the other side, right? Don't push it. Don't force it out there. Draw the defender, draw the defender, draw the defender inside, and then there's going to be room out wide. Well noted, well seen, and this can change the game here for the Nittany Lions.
Last try, it was Danny Deere with that try for Penn State.
So Deere scoring, and that time it's Lucinda Brady putting it down. And Penn State trying to go up 3 converted tries here with a chip shot in front. Here's a look back at it.
Just a pin back the ears there, no problem. Heading around the corner. So the ball worked out. She owes her teammates a pretty big thanks there. Look, Garcia. Oh, sorry. In the other direction there. Lucinda Brady touches that one down without an issue. Penn State, another great try.
In control of this match, up by 3 tries, 3 converted tries here. A little directing of traffic there.
Play on.
Yeah, referee says that's fine. Play on.
Very high. Bring it down.
But high there on that tackle there.
Yeah, good work there to really break apart that ruck, but then force a high tackle. And now they're running through a string of penalties. So Frostburg State working their way downfield however they need to.
Time is a factor for them. Down by 21. We're at 3 minutes remaining in the match. See if they can put a passage together here and get down and get some points. Spadani with the carry there, they're number 8. Second thought there, a little hesitation, but the pass made back to Natalie Allen.
Advantage.
Round she goes, picked up in there by Spadani.
Nothing there here, advantage, offsides. Here, back 10. On the AR, on the AR.
Offside call against Penn State.
2.5 minutes to go. Penn State letting this Frostburg team back in the game a little bit. They got to shut them down and just get that last blow in there, and that'll help the knock-on.
Have a scrum to blue.
They're going to get the scrum here. See what they can do with it from the set piece coming up. Frostburg State, Frostburg, Maryland. John, any idea how far away they are from where we're playing at?
I did not check that, Ben, so I can't answer that question, but we will certainly find out. Frostburg, good varsity programs in the country these days.
Good rugby in that part of the country.
Play on. That's a good counter, good counter.
Penn State with it. Final 2 minutes, they lead by 21. Tough tackle, but it's completed. Referee with a call, not releasing in time against Penn State. Frostburg on the move, played into the hands of Lice. Into the middle of the park now, trying to break free. Into the 22 they go. Spadani. She's been a very active ball carrier in this match. This is LaJess Jordan who gave up the ball. Outside now, Garcia. Turns, spins, played it back there, looking for Jordan. Trying to get some forward movement here is Frostburg.
Counter ruck's good.
Yep, batted back in there. They win the battle on that counter ruck, does Penn State.
From the side, Black, from the side.
Initially, good work there by Frostburg to keep the ball moving, draw those penalties, but Penn State eventually just came back and drew that penalty.
Side. I have time off. We can't have penalties on at subs in at the PK. We can't have subs in at the. Okay. Okay. Time's off. Time's off.
Substitutions working their way in. Penn State here in the final few seconds of this match. They're going to win and advance.
It's fine. Not held. That's good. I'm okay with that.
Shot delivered there on the tackle by Spadani.
Yeah, ball was out. Ball was out.
Penn State in control here, trying to run this clock out.
Bonus time, girls.
There you
Referee has told them.
Yep. Bonus time we play on. Penn State wants to try and get down the pitch and score again. They turn the ball over here. Good job, good pick up there from Jordan. Played it into the hands of Lice. Back to Jordan.
Yeah, here, back 10, holding on.
And Penn State, there they see it, and they find it. And into touch. The Nittany Lions win over Frostburg State 21-0. More to come after a short timeout here from the Maryland Soccerplex. All right, we've hit the noon hour here in the Maryland Soccerplex at the CRC National Sevens Championship. Ben Gold and Tim Wilkes with you. Timmy, good to be back with you. And we shift over to the men's side here. Springfield and Slippery Rock squaring off here in Division 3.
Yeah, should be an excellent match. Both these teams, terrific days yesterday. Slippery Rock in particular, putting up 36 and 29 points, only giving up 5 apiece. So they are an offensive powerhouse to be reckoned with. On the other side, Springfield, a 21-12 win over UW Stout and a 14-7 win over John Carroll. So just looking at yesterday's scores, we might see a bit more athleticism and scoring prowess on the Slippery Rock side.
Well, I'm not going to lie. You and I have worked together a few times. I think you know this about me. Personally, I love the offense. So let's go, man. Let's have a bunch of tries in this thing.
Yeah, still knockout rugby here, trying to punch their ticket to the next round, to the finals with a national championship on the line, all to play for. Great to be with you here, Ben. Should be an excellent match.
You too. Yeah, you too. And there's Springfield. Those burgundy and white kits, and Slippery Rock, they're out of Slippery Rock, PA. One campus I've never been to. I'd love to go there just to see it and say that I've been to Slippery Rock. Here we go, just about set to get underway here to begin the afternoon session here on day number 2.
Squad for Slippery Rock, known as the Rock, taking on the Pride of Springfield, Massachusetts.
Yep.
Again, winner of this one take on our next match. We got the Blue Devils from Duke taking on Wisconsin Eau Claire. Right now we are ready to rock and roll in our first quarterfinal.
Nathan Master with the ball in hand. The kick, we're underway. Take from Slippery Rock. Work it out of there with ease. And the pass errant, but they've got backup, some support back there to gather it in. Picked up by Aiden O'Shea, number 13 back there. And going backwards. Knocked on, it's going to go over to Springfield here.
Yeah, good pressure from Springfield on the defensive end. A little discombobulated here at the start is Slippery Rock. Just couldn't hang on to that last pass. Knocked it on forward, and a big-time attacking opportunity with the scrum here for Springfield.
Bind! Set!
Ajay Olson in and out the back. He's got it now, and a good tackle down low. Good job getting in there by Zachary Harrington. Edge of the 22 is Springfield. Wanted to go in the inside channel, but instead they play it outside, and it's the right call towards the line and getting it down. Excellent execution there as Kyle McLaughlin puts it down for Springfield.
And McLaughlin, the junior, got that pass on the outside. Nathan Master did a terrific job skinning the defense here with the final pass. You see him get it here. There's Master with it. Brings the defense in. Nice looping run to the outside from McLaughlin, and Kyle McLaughlin dots it down. Great work there. Was inside that pass. Had the wherewithal to loop around to the outside. That's where the space was, and that's where he gets the try.
That was pretty stuff. The beautiful game on display right there. Outstanding work.
So right off the bat, only 35 points in 2 games yesterday, but Springfield showing their offensive prowess already here in the first couple minutes.
Yeah, that was a pretty sweet passage of play turned in by them. Pretty nice. The kick did not go 10. So the restart coming up here from Slippery Rock from halfway.
A little bit different from the 15s game, less scrums in the 7s game. So we'll just have a free kick from midfield and attacking chance.
Here they come on the attack. Ball in the hands there of Harrington. Here come the Rock now. Springfield, they'll force him back here a little bit. Alec Harbison, the carry to ground, he went. Nearing 3 minutes gone here in this first half. Springfield with the early lead here. And they come up with the steal. They take it away down there in the breakdown. Good tackle in space out there. Nicely done by Harrington. A little chaotic here. Gathered in here by Slippery Rock. Harrington takes a look. Plays it left. Trying to slip through there. Unable to. Good defensive work turned in there by Pontes. Comes the Rock. Heavy run. Good collision there. Good pickup on the carry there by Christian Dosh. Work that far side. They got an option out there. If they want it, they take it. Great ball. And this will result in 5, Tim. That's a beautiful ball played into the hands there and down for the Rock. They've got it level.
I think that was Cameron Kruzliak, was able to take the distance, but a beautiful pop pass in contact, had numbers on the outside, a difficult one to try and get through here. You see, as we come around to the left-hand side, it's on the 2 defenders, keeps that free and pops it to the outside, and nothing but clear distance and space in for the great work from 6'2", lays him down the sideline.
Well done of Imperial, Pennsylvania. Big young lad and a beautiful try. Both the tries have been really nice rugby. They've been really nice. Springfield here with 2.5 to go. We'll get it back here. At least they hope so. See where this kick ends up and how it goes. They get the take. Now they'll go to work. Back towards the middle of the park, they work it. Now they'll work to that far side. Offload there. Well done there. Master played it off. Here they come. Big run out over halfway, but they turn it over, and Slippery Rock's got it.
Had the advantage being played there for a second, but after the knock-on, almost a burst through there for Springfield. We see them swing the ball all the way to the left and all the way back to the right, really making the Rock defense work as hard as possible, but just one little mistake drops that one forward. Now another opportunity for the team in green, already up by 2.
Minute and a half to go, and the put in, the take, and now a good carry here turn in from Zachary Harrington. Very active part of this Slip Rock side. Trying to slip through the middle there. Unable to was Christian Dosh. He'll lay back. Got the runner out there if they want him. Play behind him, though.
I can't hear you.
Harrington over there trying to help out. It's kept alive here, but it's going to be...
Just a minute. Okay, we have the knock on here. What did you see back here? Okay. Huh? Yeah. Right here, guys.
Eavesdrop in there a little bit, Tim, and we get the word there from our officials.
Right?
Yeah, just checking to see if there was maybe a previous knock-on or something, but off the head it was said. And so we'll come back to that knock-on. Put in for the boys in green from Butler County, Pennsylvania. See if the Rock can take the lead here with, or excuse me, continue with the lead here with just under a minute left to play.
Yeah, looking to add to a 2-point lead. Here they come. Nowhere to go.